And hopefully you can all see the PowerPoint presentation we put together for you today. So I'd like to invite Mass Waterworks president, who normally MCs this event, to give some opening remarks. So Chuck Dam, if you'd like to go ahead.
Yeah, thanks, Jen. Thanks, Commissioner Suberg and everybody for attending. Definitely wish we could be in person, but I think we're almost there. And I guess what I'd just like to highlight in my remarks is, thank you to everybody, both on the public water system and water system side and the DEP side, for working together for this past year. And I think this culmination today and the rescinding of the orders and all the outlooks that we have going forward really marks kind of a change, and appreciate everybody tuned today. And it's a testament to the water suppliers and DP that we could make it here without anybody questioning how we got here in terms of the water system. There's a lot of questions throughout the year with regards to masks and vaccines and timelines and conditions, but nobody ever really questioned turning on the tap. And I'd really like to thank everybody for their hard work in that respect, and looking forward to getting back into person in the times to come. So thanks.
Thank you, Chuck. Appreciate that. And now, sorry, one second. Let me go to Jane Downing. Jane, if you would like to say a few words.
Sure, thanks, Jen. It is wonderful to be with all of you today. And like Chuck said, we wish we could be with you, but so it is. And all of the work that you've done has been amazing. So we want to just begin with the obvious. On behalf of EPA, congratulations to those utilities that are to be recognized today, and also the hundreds of water operators across Massachusetts. It goes without saying that this year was extremely challenging, with difficulties in many ways that were beyond our imagination. And yet the operators went above and beyond, stepping up to meet all of the challenges that came your way. On a personal perspective, I will say that I hate to admit it, but I've been in this position for more than 20 years. If you can remember back to 1999, and many of you probably were working at that point in time, it was all about the amendments to the Safe Drinking Water Act. So we were worried about arsenic and uranium and the groundwater rule. And then in 2001, we realized that systems needed to be more secure, that they had to address threats from terrorists and other bad actors. And as a result, we asked utilities to assess vulnerabilities and develop emergency response plan. And then we understood that the climate changed. And with that, that ushered in natural disasters, things like hurricanes and floods and droughts. And operators were then again asked to plan for that, to plan for all hazards. And resilience became part of our vocabulary. And still again, we had many presentations, and maybe Jen might remember this, on the subject of something called avian flu, bird flu. And for that particular matter, we asked utilities to start thinking about contingency planning and succession planning. And the saga did not stop there. We realized that cybersecurity is real and persistent. And we asked all of you to start to become IT experts. And finally, the year of 2020, the COVID-19 pandemic, it was extraordinary. We, the government and the public, have asked so much of our water utilities to basically sustain operations without a hiccup every day, no matter what happens. And through it all, the water sector in Massachusetts rose to the occasion, rose to the challenges. And there is no silver lining when you think about COVID-19 pandemic. It is an event that has nearly cost 600,000 lives in the United States alone. And while there's no silver lining, I think there are lessons learned. The country has learned, for example, that water operators are essential workers. We have learned that they are public servants and they should be considered a priority when it comes to critical supplies, and that the agencies at all levels need to pay attention and provide assistance at all costs because we are all in this together. And finally, we need to consider the water sector as a critical infrastructure as we consider others like transportation and chemical sectors. So the year ahead hopefully will be much more uplifting. It may be different, it may be difficult, and there may be more challenges coming our way. And I hope to offer you additional and much needed federal resources. We all will watch together the events that are playing out in Congress on federal appropriations and authorizations. And I'm going to leave you with a few suggestions on that vein. Number one, be ready for projects that build capacity, enhance resilience, and upgrade your infrastructure. You want to be ready when the money comes our way. I ask that you look for private and public lead lines and let the public know about it. That is an extremely important opportunity for all of us in the years ahead. And finally, utilize asset management to the extent you're looking for a tool, because you should be developing long-term plans for upgrading your infrastructure. So I will say, in summary, on the utility front, EPA could not be more proud and thankful to all of you that represent the water sector in Massachusetts. We hope that you take today and this week ahead of you to give yourself a virtual pat on the back, because you deserve it. And my last thought, Jen has already shown the surprise, but we could not leave today without acknowledging the extraordinary support given to the water sector by the Massachusetts Department of Environmental Protection and the Massachusetts Waterworks Associations. The drinking water program managers and staff worked side by side, as all of you know, with the water utilities. It often seemed on a daily basis. And to put it simply, MassDEP and Mass Waterworks are truly the leader of leaders when it comes to assisting water utilities. So for that reason and many more, we asked the acting regional administrator, Deb Zaro, to sign a certificate of recognition. And you can see right then and there, it is for leading water utilities through the challenges of COVID-19 pandemic while ensuring safe water for the citizens of Massachusetts. So thank you all so much. Congratulations. You are the very, very best. Have a great day. Enjoy the day and continue to be safe. So that's it. Thank you, Jen.
Thank you very much, Jane, and thank you for the recognition. I know both Mass Waterworks and MassDEP appreciate that, that you've acknowledged our hard work during this, and so thank you very much. And with that, I will send it back to Commissioner Suberg for a few remarks about the award.
Thank you, Jen, and thank you, Jane, as always. This has been an important partnership and continues to be with our federal partners and the state, the Mass Waterworks, and above all, the people that really make the systems go. And that's what this day is all about. I wanted to start by reading a letter from my boss to all of you. It's a letter from the governor, and I feel like it sets the stage well and really summarizes what we're all about here. It's on the screen. It's in small letters. Jen has a virtual version of it, but if you'll bear with me, I'll read it, and from there we'll go into the program. It's addressed to the Public Drinking Water Award Ceremony winners via me. And like I said, I've already passed it on. And so it's to all of you, and it says, our health and standard of living depend on an abundant supply of safe and clean water. And this past year, in the midst of a worldwide pandemic, it has been difficult for us all. The 1,624 public water suppliers and industries in Massachusetts have had to respond with great effort to keep the water running for our 6.9 million people served by public drinking water across the Commonwealth. It is a 24-hour, 7-day-per-week job that must be executed at the highest level to ensure health and safety for Massachusetts residents. In honor of Drinking Water Week, which was recognized May 2 through May 8, 2021, I am pleased that the Commonwealth is hosting a virtual public drinking water awards ceremony to honor the 177 public water systems that have done an excellent job meeting all compliance requirements in 2020. Please convey this letter, which expresses my appreciation to the attendees at the ceremony. I cannot say enough of what a great job these systems, excuse me, as exemplary public water systems have done. You are certainly very worthy of the Public Water System Award. Throughout the COVID pandemic, MassDEP and others have commented on your sustained and dedicated performance, providing essential resources to our citizens. The pandemic put stress on all of you, and you still ensured the provision of water supply to service all. And I'd like to take this opportunity to recognize the work of the MWWA and its executive director, Jen Peterson, for facilitating joint meetings between the water suppliers and MassDEP throughout the state of emergency. These meetings have been instrumental in facilitating close communication within the water system community and ensuring issues faced during the pandemic were addressed as quickly as possible. The Massachusetts Water Wastewater Agency Response Network, WARN, is also commended for its dedication to the continuity of water supply operations and the protection of the individual water suppliers through its coordination with public water systems and its leadership in assisting with the distribution of 80,000 cloth masks to the water and wastewater operators. This personal protection equipment was sorely needed and graciously accepted. It's also important to acknowledge the work of our MassDEP staff who work diligently with you and other agencies to ensure public water systems were addressed. Our water supply is an essential resource that must be operated, maintained, and conserved. And through it all, you've done a marvelous job of providing clean and safe drinking water while also keeping the Massachusetts economy going. Congratulations on a job well done in the most difficult of circumstances. I wish you continued success and good health in the months ahead. And it's signed by Charles D. Baker, Governor. Thank you very much on behalf of the administration. And I hope that that letter can be distributed to the members as you move forward. And again, it really captures a lot of what I would have said. So I will keep my remaining remarks brief, mostly to thank today's sponsors for putting together such a great event, including Barnstable County Water Utilities Association, the Mass Rural Water Association, Mass Waterworks, of course, the Middlesex Worcester County Waterworks Association, the New England Waterworks Association, Plymouth County Waterworks Association, RCAP Solutions, US EPA, and the Western Mass Waterworks Association. And I do want to take a moment to thank the people who work with you at DEP on a variety of issues. First and foremost, especially our Assistant Commissioner, Kathy Baskin, and our drinking water team, and who have helped make it happen. I will highlight some. I'm sure I'm not hitting everybody, and for that I apologize because it's a terrific team. Our Yvette DePisa, our Drinking Water Program Director at MassDEP Boston, Marie Tennant, Damon Gutterman, who's usually in our headquarters office, but doing a stint as the Nero Acting Regional Chief, my old friend Bob Bostwick from the Central Region, Jim McLaughlin from the Southeast Region, Dee Dee Doherty from the Western Region, and Kristen Divris, also from the Northeast Region, and someone I knew well in the Worcester office. This is the 35th year of the Public Water System Awards. As we all know, it's important to recognize these achievements. As the governor noted, a water supply needs to be safe and clean, helping to provide citizens with the good health and high quality of life they deserve. 2020 was a momentous year in Massachusetts for all of you. I can think back to the early days of the pandemic, when there were so many questions, and all of you were thinking ahead about staffing levels, about how to get inspections done, about managing infrastructure, about PPE, about where testing would go. You were thinking ahead, knowing that you had to continue to provide this valuable resource. And what a terrific job you did. So for today, the achievements are particularly meaningful. They're always meaningful, even in a non-COVID circumstance. The awards demonstrate compliance, which means the highest level of operation and effective management of systems. But again, underscored by the COVID crisis, these awards are particularly meaningful. The systems that are here today have excellent compliance records for 2020 and the previous 5 years. And a few statistics, some of them you heard from the governor. We have 1,624 systems in Massachusetts. They're implementing a multi-barrier approach to drinking water protection that includes diligent oversight of the system, source water protection, and effective management. 94% of our population is served by 526 public water systems. There were 124 systems that have maintained full compliance with drinking water regulations for 2020 and the past 5 years. These systems have not had any monitoring, enforcement, or violations, have submitted all required reports on time, have adhered to good water management procedures, and have excellent source protection standards. In a moment, we are going to start presenting the awards to the variety of categories that have been nominated. But once again, I want to thank you for the tremendous work you've done. Damon Gutterman did correct me on something. I said that he was in Northeast. He pointed out he's back in headquarters, and Kristen Divris is now the Northeast chief full-time. So duly noted, and welcome, Kristen. But thank you all for your work, and I look forward to the presentation of the awards.
Thank you so much, Commissioner. So with that, as Commissioner said, we have lots of great partners in this award ceremony, and so we've asked a few of them to participate with us today. So I'd like to ask Dave Kaczynski, who is the Executive Director of Mass Rural Water Association, to start with our non-transient, non-community systems. And I would say that because this is supposed to be a celebration, if you feel comfortable doing so, please turn your camera on so that we can see everybody and acknowledge you. So Dave, with that, go ahead.
Well, I appreciate the chance to list the names of people who work so hard to win these awards. And with that, I'll start. First one is Clarksburg Elementary School. I'll just go through and list them kind of slowly. Gabriel Abbott Memorial School. Deer Island, Mass Water Resource Authority, Boston. Carlisle Public School. We Forest Folk in Carlisle. JVB Realty in Westford. Long Plain Christian Nursery School, Acushnet. Cape Cod Air Force Station, Bourne. VA Boston Healthcare System, Brockton. Landmark Trust, Carver. Freetown Lakeville Regional School District. The New Testament Church, Plymouth. The Home for Little Wanderers, Plymouth. Cisco Boston, LLC, Plimpton. Pinecroft School, Rehoboth. Old Castle Infrastructure, Rehoboth. Seamus Resource Recovery Facility, Rochester. Island Children's School, Tisbury. Drummer Boy Condominiums, Wellfleet. Old Colony Regional Vocational Tech High School, Rochester. Alice A. Macomber Primary School, Westport. Little People's College, Acushnet. West Parish of Barnstable. West Tisbury Elementary School. Cape Cod National Seashore, Marconi area, Wellfleet. And Lee's Supermarket, Westport.
Thank you so much, Dave. Appreciate that. And now I'll turn it over to Jenna Day with RCAP Solutions to give our small community systems.
Thank you, Jen. It's nice to be here, taking the reins for Jim Starbird, who's getting an extra day of vacation this weekend. So thanks for having us. So we have Hamden Housing Authority, White Birch Garden Apartments in Hamden, Shelburne Falls Fire District, Warren Water District, Sawyer Hill Echo Village in Berlin, Riverbridge in Berlin, Applewood Community Corporation in Boxborough, Air Road Properties LLC in Harvard, Regency at Stowe Condominiums, Benfield Farms in Carlisle, Old Farm Road Water Trust in Dover, Essex Water Department, Woodhaven Elder Housing Committee in Sherburne, Curtis Hill Condominium in Tinsboro, Pine Tree Village in Carver, Pine Ridge Condominiums at Sampson Pond, also in Carver, Gosnold Water District, Plymouth Water Company, Agawam Springs Water Company in Plymouth, Bishop's Landing Condominiums in Stoughton, Pleasant Water in Wellfleet, Nemasket Healthcare Center in Middleborough, and Nokochoke Village LLC in Westport, and Mount St. Mary's Abbey in Rentham.
Great, thanks so much, Jenna. And now I'd like to introduce Lisa Gove, who's the president of New England Waterworks Association, to read off our consecutive systems.
Thank you, Jen, and thank you for the opportunity to participate in this important meeting. I'd like to read off the winners of the consecutive systems. Beverly Water Department, Brookline Water and Sewer Division, Glen Ridge Residence Trust, Meadowbrook Water Trust, Everett Water Department, Framingham Water Department, Linfield Water District, Middleton Water Department, Watertown Water Department, Acushnet Water Department, Freetown Water Commission, Mattapoisett River Valley Water District, and the Whitman Water System.
Great, thank you very much, Lisa. And now, Commissioner, I'll ask you to read off our medium and large community systems.
Absolutely. And from other of these events, I think if you turn your camera on and turn your mic on and make some noise, we might see you on the screen. We'll try it. We'll see how it works if anybody wants to try it. But first, again, congratulations to all the winners. The first is Ashburnham-Winchendon Joint Water Authority. Gardner Water Department. Southbridge Water Department. Amesbury DPW, the Water Division. The Andover Water Department. The Salem and Beverly Water Supply Board. The Chelmsford Water District. North Chelmsford Water District. Dedham Westwood Water District. The Dracut Water Supply District, and we even have a picture of them here on the slide. The Lynn Water and Sewer Commission. Natick Water Department, some of the Natick colleagues are on that photo. The Needham Water Department featured. Wellesley Water Division. We got a lot of good pictures here on this slide. Good. Wilmington Water Department. The Winchester Water Department, and I know they were there. I saw during the program, I saw folks from Winchester, so congratulations. Bourne Water District. The Buzzards Bay Water District. The Brewster Water Department. Cohasset Water Department. Enema USA Aquaria LLC, Dayton. The Town of Easton. Easton Water Division. Edgartown Water Department. Fairhaven Water Department. Halifax Water Department. Hanson Water Department. Harwich Water Department. Weir River Water System in Hingham. The Mansfield Water Division. The Mashpee Water District. North Attleboro Water Department. Norton Water Department. Norwell Water Department. Orleans Water Department. The Pine Hills Water Company in Plymouth. The Provincetown Water Department. Raynham Center Water District. North Raynham Water District. Upper Cape Regional Water Cooperative. The Seekonk Water District. The Sharon Water Department. The Walpole Water Department. The Weymouth Water Department. The MWRA. Barnstable Fire District. North Sagamore Water District.
Great. Thank you very much, Commissioner. Appreciate that. And I saw several of you waving and raising your hands. Congratulations to all of you in the audience. And now I'd like to turn it over to Kathy Baskin to go over our nominated categories of energy conservation and water conservation.
Thank you, Jen, and congratulations to all the public water systems who are being honored today. So on energy conservation, we'd like to congratulate the Dartmouth Water Division. The town of Dartmouth performed comprehensive pumping system upgrades to municipal drinking water wells A, B, C, and D. And this project utilized the Massachusetts GAP Energy Grant and electric utility programs to install variable frequency drives and premium energy efficient motors and to rebuild 4 pumps. These upgrades significantly increased their overall pumping efficiency while saving the town over $68,000 and 375,000 kilowatt hours of electricity per year. So congratulations, Dartmouth Water Division. I'd also like to congratulate the Shrewsbury Water Department. So utilizing MassDEP's GAP Energy Grant, the town installed a municipally owned 59 kilowatt ground-mounted solar photovoltaic system at the Home Farm Water Treatment Plant. And as a result, the town is generating over 75,000 kilowatt hours of clean, renewable electricity per year to power up the water pumps and associated equipment to serve the water needs of the community. And the town achieved a 2.5-year project payback. So that's terrific. Congratulations. Also, I'd like to congratulate the Wareham Fire District. So utilizing MassDEP's GAP Energy Grant, the district installed a municipally owned 81 kilowatt solar system on the roof of the new Maple Springs Water Purification Plant. And as a result, the district is saving over $16,000 and generating over 95,000 kilowatt hours of clean, renewable energy per year. This solar installation is providing about 10% of the total annual electricity needs for the water treatment plant. So that's great news. And on water conservation, the following systems met the standards of 65 residential gallons per capita per day and 10% unaccounted for water based on their approved 2019 data. So the 2020 data is still being reviewed. And they implemented at a minimum mandatory water use restrictions in 2019. All have websites showing conservation related information, and while not required, all use less water than the previous year. So I'd like to congratulate the Chelmsford Water District, Cohasset Water Department, Groton Water Department, and the Hamilton Water Department. Thank you. And thank you, Jen.
Great, thank you, Kathy. And now I'd like to introduce Yvette DePisa, who's going to give some recognition to the Drinking Water Board. Yvette?
Thank you, Jen. And thank you to all of the organizers for today's event. And congratulations to all of our winners. 2020 was a year where we had to adapt and work together to have a successful year. So I want to really applaud all of our water systems and also our drinking water team that worked really closely together with our water systems to make sure that we were successful while continuing to push out with new work on cybersecurity, led in schools, and other very important topics. This award is a special recognition for the Board of Certification of Drinking Water Facility Operators, and it's the current 6 members: Dave Kopis, Blake Lucas, Andy Reed, William Salomar, Ruth Alfaso, Mike Maynard, and Board Member Emeritus Michael Saloner for their dedicated work to the drinking water operator profession. And in 2020, they worked really hard to adapt and to work together to make sure that none of our certified operators were unable to get the certification. So this was a really great undertaking for them. The board issued 17 temporary emergency certificates. They approved 119 training classes, including 94 online sessions to address the changing environment during the pandemic. Also, in addition, I would like to specifically recognize the DCR representative, William Bill Salomar, who provided 32 years of dedicated service and outstanding support for the drinking water profession. He's provided a steady hand and thoughtful approach to the many issues that arise. Congratulations to all, and we look forward to continuing to work together. Thank you.
Thank you, Yvette. And so with that, we have recognized those who received certificates. We do have honorable mentions. And so these systems have achieved great compliance. They just didn't receive an actual certificate this year. There are 53 systems, so I'm not going to read them all, but we certainly wanted to at least acknowledge their status as honorable mentions. And so we have a number of non-transient, non-community systems. We have small community water systems. Consecutive water systems. Medium to large community systems. And so congratulations to all of those honorable mentions. And I too would just like to thank our partners in this effort. Each year, all of our organizations get together to sponsor this annual award ceremony. So Mass Waterworks, New England Waterworks, MassDEP, US EPA, Mass Rural Water Association, RCAP Solutions, Western Mass Waterworks Association, Barnstable County Water Utilities Association, Middlesex Worcester Waterworks Association, and the Plymouth County Waterworks Association. And then our steering committee, Marie Tennant from DEP, Yvette DePisa, Kevin Riley from EPA, Andrea Travaglia from US EPA, Neil Merritt from Hanover, Kirsten King from New England Waterworks, myself, Jim Starbard from RCAP Solutions. And we want to give a special thanks to Eric Chung from MassDEP, who worked with us this year on a video production. And so with that, we are at the end of our award ceremony, and I do want to play this video for anyone who wishes to stay on and recognize the great pictures and videos that our water systems sent in. We couldn't include them all, so we put them together in this video montage. And so with that, I thank you all. We'll play the video and then we will conclude today's meeting. Thank you very much. Sorry, if I hit mute myself, apparently I muted. Great. Thank you all. Really appreciate everyone being here today. And as the commissioner said, I mean, it's extraordinary the work you do in a normal year, never mind during COVID. So I, again, just want to thank you all for your great work in 2020. We're looking forward to a great year in 2021 and appreciate again the work with MassDEP to host these calls and the award ceremony. And with that, unless anyone has any final questions, we can conclude today's call and we'll reconvene again in September. So thank you all and excellent work, everyone.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.